Hi everybody, welcome to this week's KFIR Middle East Update. It's the week of January 26th. And just a reminder, way too much material today. Make sure you go to our website, holygroundexplorations.com, to access the PowerPoints and it's PDF, and so it's free, and it just allows me to kind of give you a preview of what this week's YouTube update will look like in this video. So let's jump right in. What's inside, I'm just going to highlight, I think we have about 10-15 different things. We start with headlines. This was a week of Michael Pence. Mike Pence wowed Israel, and I know really touched my heart. In a taped broadcast, Pence said that Israel's not just our strongest ally in the region. Israel is our most cherished ally in the entire world. And whether it was at the Knesset, you should listen to that speech. You can find it on YouTube, or Yad Vashem, or the Western Wall. Pence's position is crystal clear. There's a couple quotes from different rabbis, and take a look at that. Of course, Hamas on Tuesday denounced Pence's visit to the Western Wall, saying that he desecrated a Muslim place of worship. The Fatah secretary has come out to say the U.S. is an enemy of the Palestinian people. And again, Pence's visit to the Western Wall was, quote, an attack against the Palestinian people. Now, this Saturday, January 27th, is the anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau, and it's deemed as the International Holocaust Remembrance Day. You'll see different pictures. I want to encourage you to go to the Facebook page We Remember, hashtag We Remember. The goal is to get 6 million people that basically send in their social media stuff and represent this International Holocaust Memorial Day. So check that out. We must never forget. And then, as I mentioned, there's going to be articles of and pictures of Michael Pence at the wall. Comments by a rabbi regarding Michael Pence's trip. It was interesting. I love this quote. The rabbi said that a cameraman asked him after hearing Pence in the Knesset, was that the Messiah or the Vice President of the United States? And the rabbi's comments, you got to check that out for yourself. I found that noteworthy. Some articles about the Palestinian Authority, Abbas. Last week we talked about it kind of spinning out of control. When Pence was in Jerusalem, Abbas went to Brussels seeking that the European Union would officially recognize the state of Palestine. They didn't do that. And so for what it's worth, the EU is saying that they're backing Abbas on the Jerusalem issue, but this whole thing of Abbas's stance that the U.S. cannot be involved in any of the peace process or whatever, the EU was basically saying we're not going to throw U.S. mediations under the bus. U.S. must remain an indispensable part of any agreements that take place between the Palestinian and Israelis. Then, of course, we have Trump and the Palestinian Authority, and Trump's indicating that he wants further cuts to U.S. aid, of U.S. aid to the PA. Take a look at that article. And again, Nikki Haley is going to speak out concerning the cuts. She wants further cuts to the United Nations Relief and Work Agency. All of this is basically common sense to me. Is in a sense the Palestinians are kicking us in the rear and spitting in our face, and yet still want the money that we give. and without sort of a understanding of who we are and what we're about, why would we continue to pour so much money into the Palestinian Authority? You know, it was just revealed that Abbas just purchased a $50 million Learjet, I'll get it out. And so just the abuse of everything. But again, this is going to cause more division and angst among the Palestinians, especially in regarding to the Americans, to the U.S. Jordan chimes in. There's an article there from King Abdullah that basically says, hey, listen, we're not ready to give up on any peace plan, but the challenge for America today is going to be that now that they've given Jerusalem to Israel, it's time for them to make some kind of concession. They need to come up with something pretty good to give to the Palestinians in order to even remotely try to get them back to the table. And then there's a concerning poll that we spoke a little bit about last week between Republicans and Democrats in terms of supporting Israel and position of Netanyahu. I'll let you read that for yourself. And then very troubling is former U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry apparently met in London with a close associate of the PA Prime Minister Abbas and basically told Abbas to hold on and be strong. Tell him that he should stay strong in his spirit and play for a time, that he will not break and will not yield to Trump's demand. According to Kerry, Trump won't remain in office for very long. He recommends that Abbas presents his own peace plan. He promised to use all of his contacts and all of his abilities to get support for such a plan. I mean, I don't know about you, but this seems somewhat treasonous that a former Secretary of State would go around the back of our current administration and basically tell them, hang in there, I'll do my best, and just play the game. This is very troubling. I didn't hold Kerry in high regards to begin with, and so I don't know if it's possible for him to fall even in a lesser category in my mind. But we need to be aware of what's taking place. And then I gave you a long list of specific quotes from Pence's address to the Knesset. Take a look at that. And then our quotes for the week and our upcoming tours. Our quotes for the week, the first being from George Bernard Shaw. I love this. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one the second time. And I strongly urge Israel to not make the same mistake twice in regards to awarding land to an enemy that's vowed to wipe them off the face of the map. And the second from Abraham Joshua Herschel. For all of us Christians, this really sort of pinched me. The categories of the Bible are not principles to simply be comprehended, but events to be continued. It's not about this, and it's not just about this, and it's not just this and this. We need to put feet to our faith, and we need to be living out the principles of what Jesus taught. So with that in mind, let me wish you a Shabbat Shalom coming up. And remember, #we remember, we must never forget. God bless you.